Welcome everyone again to this information session. My name is Roos Klaasman and I'm a study advisor at UvA Economics and Business and the moderator of this session today. Nice to have you all here. You are, of course, all investigating whether BAN is a good choice for you, hence your registration. And it's nice to see that there are so many registrations for this session. Oh, I see that the results are shared again. Maybe I did something wrong. No, not okay. I'll just click it away. Yeah, as I could see from the poll, there is it's a mix between people who already know that they want to do business analytics, who are still hesitating between two programs, or who have no idea yet. But anyways, it's really good to have you here today, and we hope that this information session will benefit you a lot. Okay, so first, the program of today, what to expect. Could we move to the second slide, please?
Just wait.
Yeah.
Now it comes.
Perfect. Yes, thank you. So what are we going to talk about? Of course, the program, business analytics, the what and the whys. We're going to talk you through the admission requirements for this particular bachelor's. We're going to inform you a little bit more on studying in the Netherlands and Amsterdam in particular. And last but not least, we also have two students here who are going to share the student perspective of studying at the UvA. So I'm going to introduce them to you, the speakers who are going to go through all these topics. The first one would be our program director, the program director of business analytics, Umut Kones.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Welcome, Umut.
The coming half an hour. So I'm for now just hi. Hello to everyone.
Perfect. Thank you. And as I said, there are also two students present who will share their perspective. The first one is Melis.
Hello.
Thank you, Melis, for being here today. And our second student is Catherine. Catherine, could you? Yes. Oh, we saw you and you're gone. Could you turn on your video and say hello? Is it working?
I cannot.
Oh, okay. Maybe not.
Hi.
Yes.
Hello.
There she is. Hello. Hello. Good that you're here. Okay, so those will be the speakers, but we also have a study advisor behind the scene, Eleni, one of my colleagues.
Hi guys, welcome.
And two members, or even three members, I think, of the admissions office who will be answering your questions as well. And let's talk a little bit more about that. The questions, because yes, your cameras and your microphones are turned off. That's correct. It's to make sure that we can keep a stable connection. But how can you ask questions then? Well, you can ask questions through the Q&A chat. I see there are two questions already, I think. So you understand how it works. Ask your questions there. We will answer them during the session, but also at the end of the session, we have a Q&A part. So some of your questions will be answering live. Also have a look at some of the questions that are asked there already, because you can also vote for them. So if you see a question that you would like to ask as well, or it's very similar, or you are very interested in the answer, you can vote on it and then it will go up in the chat, so that, yeah, then you can be sure that we will answer it. So that's the way to ask questions. Yeah. Oh yeah, and this session is recorded, so you can always watch it again online if you would like, because it's a lot of information. So please know that the recordings will be available as well. And now from my side, we have a lot of information to go through, so I'm going to give the floor to Umut.
Okay. Thank you, Rose, and all. I want to thank all my colleagues who are here today, because while I'm talking, they will also help me, but also I will answer the questions. And also, thanks, Quinn, for organizing this session. I'm Umut Kones. I work as an associate professor at UvA, University of Amsterdam, Amsterdam Business School. And today we are here to first inform you about our program, Business Analytics Bachelor at UvA. And we hope to help you while you make a decision. We hope you can make a better decision after joining this session, okay? So what do I mean by informing you or helping you? Well, first, I'd like to talk about what is the main focus or motivation of our program. I'd like to start with that. Then I can give you some information about what our curriculum looks like, what kind of courses do we have and why. And then more importantly, I'm sure many of you are very curious about this one. What are our main differences from other comparable programs which you can consider while making a decision? We have slides on that. And then, of course, I'd like to wrap up by giving you some information about being a student in Amsterdam, more particularly at UvA, University of Amsterdam. Okay, so I see we have many people here from the Netherlands, from Europe, from other countries. So I'm sure you will have some questions. Again, we will be happy to answer them. So what is business analytics? Since you are in this session today, since you joined our session, I think you all are interested in business analytics. But of course, each of you, most of you can have different imagination of what business analytics is, or you consider many things, different things. Probably they all refer to some truth. Business analytics can mean many things, but let me explain you briefly what we understand from business analytics. For us, business analytics is an area, a multidisciplinary area, where you use analytical skills, as we know, mathematics, statistics, optimization, combine them with computer power, this programming and coding skills, and use the skills and knowledge for business questions, for business cases, to make better decisions, more data-centric decisions. Because in the last years, there is a lot of data being produced by different platforms, sales data, transaction data, online data, offline data, unstructured data, structured data, and the companies, many companies discovered this data is very helpful if used efficiently for managers, for companies to make better decisions, more solid predictions for the future, and even can change the course of the events. So for management purposes, right? So business analytics is more or less referring to this field. So what do? We find patterns in data. We model data to explain phenomena, or we are trying to understand what is causing what in this business area. This could be marketing, finance, accounting, or anything else. Okay. Why is this so popular? Well, first and foremost, again, it's maybe cliche, but it's the year of data. We have a lot of data available everywhere, and the companies are aware of this. So talking about data, these data resources can be internal, like CRM data, company data, and external, like social media, customer review platforms, any kind of external source from the environment. And nowadays, as you know, many devices and platforms are connected already. So we have better and faster algorithms to process this data and to use it for purposes that can help us in decision making. And we also know what to do, the models, the techniques, the methods, the algorithms, the business models. So just we need to do, we want to have a thorough understanding of this altogether. On the one side, methods and techniques. On the other side, the theories. On the other side, managerial and practical skills. Then we can be a good business analyst and decision scientist. Why is this bachelor? Well, as you see, this is a multidisciplinary area, okay? Because there are studies which are purely and solely focusing on one particular field, like studying mathematics or studying statistics or studying econometrics. Ours is a little different. So we put a good amount of focus on certain fields, certain subjects, but we combine them in a nice balanced way, and that comes you as a business analytics program. First, it's the data. So data is at the center of our learning, our understanding. So being able to work with data, being able to understand what data tells us, and being able to communicate this with people. Second, by doing so, we use technologies. These technologies can be softwares or programming languages or any other kind of new technologies. Of course, this also requires an academic program to learn better and deeper. The third one, the new business models. So this makes maybe business analytics program a bit unique, because here, apart from analytics, mathematics, statistics, optimization, and programming, we also put sufficient focus on the field of business, but with a analytical perspective. So you can study business analytics. That's very good studies as well. But in this program, in this bachelor, we take a look at all these different domains in business with an analytical perspective, by looking at numbers, combining them with analytical techniques, okay? And in the end, this will bring you very likely good job opportunities in corporations, in building your own business, or in academia. Now, we talk about analytics, mathematics, computer power, combining them in business cases, but what do we mean by this? I want to give you some concrete examples. Of course, I can give you many examples, but in this limited time, I want to show you 3 or 4 examples which can connect well with what we do here and what we learn in our program, right? The first one, as many of you can imagine, is marketing and reaching customers. So we all know about online advertising, the mobile advertising on different platforms, social media, comparison websites. You see ads, but you all know these are personalized ads. Not everybody is seeing the same ad, and not every time the ad is priced or valued in the same way. So the pricing is dynamic. The way you see the ads is dynamic. The timing is dynamic. Let's take a look at this video briefly.
As if websites were newspapers. You'd buy the top banner at a specific site for a month, hoping to catch the eye of your target audience, praying for a few clicks along the way. A lot's changed. Today, it's about real-time bidding, or RTB. Advertisers now pay only for the impressions they want at the price they choose. It's all done automatically, in real time, with multiple buyers bidding for each impression, around the clock, on millions of sites. Lots of technology moving at blazing speeds. TLV Media makes sense of it all by analyzing billions of ad impressions a day, figuring out who's clicking on what, where, and what they did next. Our RTB engine programmatically makes over 200,000 decisions per second, analyzing over 200 parameters per user at 10 milliseconds per decision. It's the art of showing the right ads to the right folks. Watching user reactions, our algorithms evaluate the strategy, tweak the plan, check results, and start again to make it even better. How much better? We measured. Up to 420% better. Okay. As you all realize already, algorithms play a great role here, right? Who sees what, which advertising, when, and how? What are the mechanisms here? What is the model or algorithm behind personalization and also pricing? So analytics in marketing, especially in digital marketing, is a whole broad, interesting area we take in from many perspectives in this program. But talking about data, it's not only numbers or like clicks. Therefore, I would like to show you the second example. Nowadays, I mentioned unstructured data in the beginning. Data is also for us the photos, the videos, audiovisual data. Okay, this we call unstructured data. These could be thousands of photos you see on Instagram, on YouTube, on Expedia, different websites. And then we can process this visual data, so to say, photos and videos in many ways. We can decompose them, structure them, process them in a way that we can use our analytical processes, okay? So this is quite interesting. So imagine an Instagram photo. It has many elements in it, objects, different colors, brightness, contrast, filters, many things you can process. So it's a multi-layered data. So we do research on that. We have PhD students, master students working on that, but there are also courses we cover these subjects. You see an example here. One of our PhD students, Kai Soferkhor, former PhD students, worked on the impact of visual elements in Instagram photos on people's perceptions and decision-making. So talking about data analytics, it doesn't have to be about commercial or corporate or business life. It can also be about societal problems or non-profit purposes. So we have a very nice course given by Professor Dikten Hartog and Joachim Gramucho.
it is focusing on this. The name is Analytics for a Better World. So it is a course where you use advanced, sophisticated analytical techniques to come up with data-centric solutions on problems like hospital locations, food transportation, and these are real cases from World Food Program or United Nations Development Program. So these are really nice cases. In our experience days in December, if you're interested, Professor Dickton Hartog will give a brief lecture about these things, and you can later see how you can join the experience days. Okay. Anybody who's interested in business analytics probably has an idea also about, okay, but are we allowed to do this? Or what is the ethical dimension in that? How should this algorithm or this machine behave? If you're talking about machine learning or artificial intelligence, it's always the case. So we also have a focus on the ethical and the legal side of it, because this is a business analytics program. You work with data, but you should also have an information about how you can or you cannot use the data from a legal perspective. And legality is, of course, the one dimension. There's also the ethical dimension of using the data in a responsible way. So I'd like to show you one example here. So this can also show you the importance and how interesting this topic is. Just wait a second. Okay, in this short piece of video, I hope you can see how complex ethical questions we can have in the use of AI and machine learning. But on the other side, of course, how they are complex, but they're also interesting to answer. The next example is, again, about visual data. So this program, this bachelor, covers different domains, subdomains in the business analytics. Of course, it's about marketing, it's about finance, it's about sales, it's about logistics, it's about entrepreneurship, but it's also about new data types, new data formats, and the video data is one of them. So probably you all know about deepfakes. In the last years, you may have seen these videos created, and there are ways, different ways, this can manipulate people, influence people's decisions. So how do they play a role in the practice of business, or should they play a role? This is a very interesting area. So if when you look at these videos, you can think, okay, these can be used in this or that way, how they are created, and how can we maintain that we have a good, fair, and responsible way of using them. This is also one focus in our program.
Dear fellow scholars, this is 2-minute papers with Dr. Károly Zsolnai Fehér. It is important for you to know that everybody can make deepfakes now. You can turn your head around, mouth movements are looking great, and eye movements are also translated into the target footage. And of course, as we always say, 2 more papers down the line and it will be even better and cheaper than this.
Okay. So I like to stop here. Of course, when it comes to giving examples, of course, I'd like to give you some more information. But these are 4 or 5 examples to give you a general idea about how broad our program can appeal. On the one side, there's ethics and legal issues. On the other side, business analytics, non-profit, and social impact. But focusing on business analytics, again, we can go towards marketing, finance, accounting, as long as we learn the techniques, methods, and theories that we can deal with data when we have these problems. Okay. What does our curriculum look like? I mean, so this is a 3-year bachelor program, and I started talking about our program by focusing on, okay, we teach analytics, we teach business, and we teach computer science and programming in a nice balanced way. How do we do that? How do our curriculum look like? Before going on specifics, I'd like to show you this. So what do you learn in this program? Okay. Because one can be mistaken by reducing the role of this program, analyzing data. No, it's only one part of the things we learn and we do, okay? It starts with asking the real questions. So when we look at a business problem after studying this program, we should be able to ask the right questions. Okay, what is not working here? What should we solve? And what is the real problem that is having an impact on our business outcomes? So detecting the problems, asking the right questions. Then it comes, okay, which data I can use or I can assemble to answer these questions. As you see, before analyzing the data, we need to be able to ask questions, and we need to be able to reach and process this data to make it ready for our analysis, for our analytical procedures. Then you have the analytical process, of course, the modeling, the analysis, execution of the analysis, and then you report. So you will also be able to communicate this with managers and other stakeholders. It should be either society, the people, the shareholders, other managers, or clients. Okay, so it's a whole process. So it's not only analyzing, but it's also structuring, preparing, asking, reporting, communicating. So therefore, we should have courses accordingly. No. Let's see what we have. Okay. This we name, when we designed this program, ABC curriculum. Here, A stands for analytics, B for business, and C is computer science. As you see, we have courses nicely balanced in this program. Not one pillar is less important than another. This is also one unique thing about our program. We have the analytical pillar, where we have courses like mathematics, statistics, econometrics, and operations research, so to say, optimization. On the other side, when you know this mathematical and statistical techniques, but how you translate them into algorithms and models, then you should know about programming and computer science. So we learn about softwares, data management, text mining, data mining, etc. And why are we using all this for? For finding solutions, come up with solutions for real life business problems, right? Then we have courses, the field courses like finance, marketing, strategy, human resources, ethics and law, entrepreneurship, where we can apply these techniques and methods. Of course, I didn't mean to say each course is referring to one pillar, okay? There are, of course, courses that are referring to only one dimension. For example, mathematics 1 and 2 represents our analytical pillar, analytical dimension, okay? Or like introduction to programming, maybe referring to the computer science or programming pillar. But there are also courses that is combining these different pillars, A, B, B, C, or AC. So for example, marketing analytics is a course where you can combine your analytical knowledge with business domain, business specific information. Likewise, for example, entrepreneurship and hackathon is a very interesting, nice course where you can use your skills and knowledge on programming, combine them with your mathematical skills, and come up with a real solution for a business case. So these are courses where these things combine and come together. Okay, so to be more specific, we have 3 years. Year 1 is about basics, okay? So it's not practically possible to start learning business analytics right from the first block. Of course, you have the fundamentals. You need to have the fundamentals. What is that? Again, analytical skills and knowledge, and also computer science and programming, right? So in the first year, you mostly have this kind of fundamental courses, the basics, mathematics, probability theory and statistics, and introduction to programming are representing these fundamental courses. But we also think right in the very, very beginning, you need to have a course, ABC course, when you can have a taste of this ABC combined focus of the program. So analytics combining with computer science and combining with business and even non-profit issues. That course is analytics for a better work course, which is very beloved by students so far. So right in the block 1, year 1, this course comes and finds you immediately, and it gives you a nice view of the program. How does it feel like after you follow the fundamental courses? Okay, now let's go to year 2. Year 2, we go deeper and broader, as we name it. We still have some fundamental courses, okay? Because mathematics is very important in this program. We really teach high level of mathematics, so it continues. And of course, we have some more programming courses and even more enjoyable ones like machine learning or algorithms and data structures in Python, which really strengthen you in terms of programming and computer skills. But in year 2, we start to have more and more business analytics courses, such as econometrics, HR analytics, accounting and control, management consulting, and operational excellence. Okay, and let's go to year 3. This is an interesting year, a nice one. Here it comes in a second. Okay. This year is partly about making your own choices, especially semester 1. This is something which students also appreciate. So in semester 1 of year 3, you can make your own choices. You can either go and do an exchange semester at another sister university. This is one option. Another option, if you want, if you prefer, you can go and do an internship in a company, or you can follow a minor program that in the area that you find interesting. Or another option, you can choose among hundreds of electives that we offer at UvA or other faculties. Oh, I'm interested in this course, that course, so you can follow and learn about some other subjects. In semester 2, we go back to our main program again. There are 2 interesting courses, text retrieval and mining. It's a nice data analytics course, marketing analytics, and then of course you will have your bachelor thesis project. So this is more or less what our program offers along 3 years. Now, many of you may already be curious about this thing, okay? What is the difference between this one and the other programs, okay? I can imagine the questions like, okay, what is your difference from econometrics? What is your difference from industrial engineering? Well, here we go. First, the most common question which we get from prospective students is, what is our difference with econometrics? Okay, well, that's quite simple. Of course, we have similarities. We teach high level of econometrics. In both programs, students see a good level of mathematics, but we have some differences. We have in econometrics, it's purely they are purely focusing on micro and macroeconomics, together with further and more advanced methods in econometrics only. Okay, here in this program we have more focus on business courses like marketing, finance, accounting, entrepreneurship, which they don't have in econometrics, and plus we will have more focus on programming and computer science, so working with programming languages, data structures, and different methods of machine learning. I'm not saying in econometrics they don't exist, but we will have definitely more focus on this side. So of course, I'm not saying this one is better than that one, but it depends on what your preference is. If you want to work with numbers, if you like to enjoy working with numbers, if you like mathematics, but in the meanwhile, if you also like programming and computers, but in the meanwhile, you also enjoy applying all these things to find real solutions to real business life problems, then maybe BAN is a better choice for you. But if you want to be an expert in econometrics, econometrical methods, maybe it's the econometrics program. Okay, industrial engineering, or in Dutch, sometimes a comparable name is technische bedrijfskunde. Okay, so our difference is quite clear. They have they have a lot of focus in supply chain and logistics in industrial engineering programs. There is one in TU Eindhoven. I know others in other technical universities. There is, of course, operations research and to some extent, but again, main focus in our case is business analytics. And of course, we take different topics, different areas from an analytical perspective. Finance, HR, marketing, logistics, entrepreneurship. So in industrial engineering, it is mainly focusing on supply chain logistics, maybe operations research and optimization, and maybe innovation management. Here it's in our program, it's quite different. It's a balanced program between three pillars again: analytics, business, and computer science. And they have a 2 years master program. In our case, it is different, 1 year. So what is then the difference between, if you are aware of it, business analytics program at VU Amsterdam, the other university in Amsterdam for foreign students? Well, it is also a nice program, but that other program in VU Amsterdam, Vrije Universiteit, is offered by mathematics department. Okay, so it is a business analytics program, but with a relatively less emphasis on business education, more emphasis on mathematical methods. So we have some substantial differences still. So for example, we have relatively more courses and more focus on finance analytics, HR analytics, marketing analytics, and entrepreneurship. And plus, of course, they have a 2 year master program, whereas we have 1 year master program. And finally, our difference with artificial intelligence, well, again, they focus on maybe the C pillar in our program, which is like computer science and programming. But again, we have focused on A and B too. In this program, we have a good level of econometrics, optimization, and also business analytics. And again, one of the main differences is structure of our master, 2 years versus 1 year. Okay. But then what can you do after finishing this program? Again, this will give you ample opportunities after graduating. Of course, it depends on your preferences, your taste, what you like to do in the future. But the options you can have after finalizing, after graduating from this program is quite so many. Okay. Of course, to start with, many of our students, we don't have graduates yet, though. Our third year students will be graduating this year. It's relatively a new program. It's our third year. Now it's going to be the fourth year. But of course, many students prefer to go and work in corporations, global companies, and there are many headquarters in Amsterdam and in the Holland. And these could range from banks, insurance companies, mobile telecom companies, FMCG, consumer goods companies, online or offline retailing. All these areas need people who knows business analytics. Okay, and of course, it doesn't have to be commercial area. Many of our students may also prefer government or nonprofit sector. Or, of course, you can also say, oh, I like these topics. I like to go further and deeper. We have a nice master program, which accredited last year. So you can also smoothly continue towards our master program in business analytics and data science after finishing this one. Although we will have our first graduates this year, we know from very compatible programs in the world and in Europe, a big percentage of students, our graduates, find a job relatively very fast after graduation. our business analysts are sought for in the market, and many of them get permanent contracts after a relatively short working time. Okay, and since this is a business analytics program, naturally we are collaborating with lots of business partners in many ways. They provide us guest lecturers, they provide us data sets as assignments, homeworks, business cases so that students can practice with, and not only that, but also internship opportunities. So it may be more convenient or maybe easier for our students to go, thanks to our agreements and collaborations with these companies, to go and do internships or maybe apply for jobs easily after their graduation. Okay, admission and applications. Again, this is a whole broad area with lots of complications, of course, but there are certain very easy things. We know the deadlines and we know what is needed. They are very, very straightforward. Of course, you need to have a diploma, you need to have a proficiency in mathematics and English. Okay, but then of course you may have questions. How do I document them? I'm from this country, I'm coming from this program. Also, for that reason, we have admission officers, and we have an admission office with lots of colleagues. They do their best to help you with that. So they have answers to all of your questions. So I'm the academic director, so I'm more about the program itself, the courses, the content. But if you have specific questions about the admissions procedure, the enrollment, you can be in touch with our admissions officers. But don't forget the deadlines. This is 1st of April for non-EU students and 1st of May for Dutch or EU students, European Union students. Okay. I'd also like to mention UvA matching. What is UvA matching? Let's say you apply and then you will be informed about UvA matching model. It is an online portal. You go there. You can watch some lectures, okay? This is not now, later in the process, later in spring, after you apply. Then you can solve some sample exams and quiz, and that gives you some idea about whether you really should be interested in this program, or maybe you can refine your decision. Oh, I will have these kind of lectures. The education will be like this. Oh, so how would I make a good fit for this program? Am I good? Am I fit enough? So maybe I should follow some additional courses. This model will give you some good information, some good idea about this. But again, this is something you'll be informed much later in the process if you apply. Okay. We know we have some Dutch students in the session, although it's not the Dutch language session, but I'd like to say a few words about studying in UvA and in Amsterdam. So I think many of you, most of you are interested already in studying in Amsterdam and at UvA. Therefore, you're in this session. But we would like to highlight a few things. First, UvA is a very good university. It's ranked #1 in the Netherlands. And we also have good positions in worldwide rankings. I mean, these are some examples. But if you look at any ranking universities globally or at a European level, you will see on almost every list, UvA has a nice position, nice ranking. Amsterdam is a nice city to live in. It has a good student life, a good quality of life, with lots of people from different cultures, different countries, different expats, students. So you will find friends or colleagues here from all around the world. It's a very international city. Okay, and we have very good student facilities, meaning we have a good library, we have study advisors that helps you at every stage of your studies. We have nice facilities like the labs, depending on what you study, the technical ICT support, student clubs, student associations, they organize social activities, also other facilities providing you opportunities to make sports or finding internship, or any kind of other things that you need some help. Okay, So altogether, this makes UvA also a good university, not only in terms of the education you get here, but also in terms of student facilities. And this is a very international program. Okay, these numbers are from past years. They change a little by little every year, but it's always like this. We have a good balance of students from everywhere. So this was from numbers from last year. So we have a lot of international students. Actually, they make the majority. And international students in themselves, we have students from European Union countries, but we have also a lot of students from non-EU countries. And not to mention, it's not only from one continent. If you look at the list of our students, you will see students from America, from Africa, from Asian countries, from Turkey, from Russia, from here, within Europe, non-EU, like Serbia or other countries. We have students from all around Europe and the world. And of course, we believe among the comparable programs, we also have a good representation of female and male students in this study program. So, summarizing, we think and we are convinced that we are providing a bachelor program where we nicely balance analytics, business, and computer science in a congruent and nice way. So train you as a very competent business analyst. On the other side, of course, you have other opportunities like following an exchange program, doing an internship, especially in year 3. UvA is a perfect university to study as a student, and the Amsterdam is a good city to live in. And not to forget to mention, we have a very nice master program of business analytics and data science, which was accredited last year. It's a fresh program, but it gives you a very nice transition from business to master studies and to make you even a better business analyst. Okay. And of course, this is my perspective, although many things that I explain here are just objective facts. It's the curriculum, it's the courses, it's the content. But I think it's very important to hear also student perspective. Today, we have 2 students here to share their experiences with you. I think it gives you even a better idea to listen their experiences. So I'd like to give the floor to them first. Okay, Melis and Catherine.
Yes, hi guys. I'll be speaking before Catherine today. I'm Melis. Nice to meet you all. I'm originally from Turkey, but I grew up most of my life in Dubai. So I came to university from high school from there. Excuse me. I'm currently in my 3rd year of my bachelor's. So I've been here for 2 years already. And right now I'm doing a minor in sustainability and economics. So a minor is like one of the choices that you can do in your 3rd year, as opposed to an internship or an exchange program and things like that. So that's what I chose to do. And you guys are just applying to university now, and I was doing the same thing 2 years ago. And honestly, I was really confused. I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to study. I was the type of person that kind of enjoyed all the subjects in high school, and like didn't really know exactly like what I wanted to do in the future. So I went a little crazy and I applied to like 18 universities or something like that. My mindset was just kind of like, I'm only going to apply to my bachelor's once, so I might as well have a pick of the bunch and apply to a lot of places and a lot of courses. So I applied to the US and Canada and a few in the UK and across Europe. And most of them honestly were related to maths. So the reason why I chose business analytics is because I really enjoyed maths in high school, but I didn't just want to study maths. So I wanted to apply to something a bit more employable, I guess you could say. So yeah, I really liked the aspect that, like the business aspect that it had and the coding aspect. So you learn like everything at once, basically. And yeah, that is one of the reasons why after applying to so many courses in universities, I chose business analytics specifically. The course itself does, like the presentation mentioned, have the maths aspect and the coding aspect and the business aspect. I would say maybe in the first year, it's a bit more, I mean, to me at least, the maths part stood out a bit more. It was, as we like trying to learn the basics and like, so that we can build upon it in the second year. But then as you go on, so in the second year, it became a bit more coding heavy, like not heavy, but we had a few more machine learning classes and a few more artificial intelligence related courses. So yeah, it's definitely a study that builds on itself. And I really like the aspect that it kind of combines a lot of disciplines, because you kind of get to learn like different things at once, so you're never really bored. I know like people that are doing, for example, we were comparing it to econometrics, they do like 2 math courses at the same time, and we never have to do that. So it's usually a math course with a business course, or a math course with a coding course or something. So yeah, that's really nice in my opinion. And then in terms of the city, to be honest, picking Amsterdam, I didn't really struggle. I feel like there were a lot of there was a lot of information online about like the study associations and everything. And even when I came here, although the weather is slightly not the best, I feel like the life here is really amazing for students. There's always something to do, like in the weekends, but also during the week. There's always something organized by the university, or it's really easy to make friends as well. There's a lot of international students. And something that specifically stood out in my experience was our study association. It's called the VSAE, and you can also find it online. And basically they're the association for business analytics, econometrics, and actuarial science students, because we all kind of study similar things. And they organize a lot of trips for us. Like we go on skiing trips every year. We went to Paris and Vienna last year. And then we also do a lot of career events with them. So now that I'm in my 3rd year, I'm kind of thinking a bit more about what I want to do after I graduate. So it's been really nice to kind of have that opportunity through the association to get to know companies. And yeah, so those options are always there. I'm happy to answer any of your questions at the end of the session as well. And yeah, that's a little bit about me and my experience, and I can hand it off to Catherine now. She'll also be talking about the similar things. So yeah, thank you.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Catherine, and I'm also a 3rd-year student in business analytics program. And I am originally from Taiwan, so I'm like far, far away from Amsterdam before. And 2 years ago, I was actually like struggling to choosing between university, what I'm studying, and ultimately I choose studying UvA because of the program structures and also the ranking of the university. And the things that I value the most about this program is because of the diversity of the courses. We have like entrepreneurship, marketing, HR, programming, machine learning, math, and econ related courses, but all of them are revolved between like analytics, math, and programming. So that's the thing that I value the most. And I wouldn't say this is like a very easy program to study, because to be honest, like on the first year, I struggled a lot, not just because of the situation of the lockdown of COVID, but also like a lot of math course that I am not really good at math, to be honest, compared to other classmates. So yeah, that's like a little struggle for the first year, but after you push yourself and get used to the study load, it's probably gonna be fine. For me is fine now, and I am on my 3rd year, and currently I'm choosing to do some courses while doing an internship. And the internship I'm doing right now is in a e-commerce company called Karl Lagerfeld, and I'm doing a internship in digital master data. So I kind of like doing a data enrichment thing, and also dealing with cooperating with other marketplaces company and improve their PIM system process basically. So it's basically learning some new system while kind of like apply the theoretical knowledge that I learned in the past 2 years. So I think this is like a really good opportunity to see what the potential career it will look like in the future. So this is like really good thing about this program actually, because on the third year you can choose between internship, electives, minors, or yeah, the choice is on your own. So that's what I choose, the internship. And so far it's been 1 month approximately, and I'm really enjoying the internship while taking courses. And yeah, that's all for me. And should we get back to our program director?
Oh, actually,
Yes,
I'm gonna
yes.
take the
Okay.
floor. Sorry, Umut. Yes.
It's okay.
Thank you, Menace and Catherine, for sharing your perspective and experiences. And thank you, Umut, for the clear and detailed presentation.
Likewise, I want to thank Catherine and Melis. Maybe in the Q&A we can also get back to them if you have specific questions.
Yeah.
So what is next? So I'd like to come to that. Of course, now you will be in the position to make a decision about which programs to choose to apply. Wait a second. Right. So here is an overview on our side. Okay. So please take a look at this. Let's say that the presentation again. Okay. We present you our curriculum, our courses, what makes our program unique and different from other comparable programs, what kind of education we offer, what is the main motivation behind our program. You can revisit this material again because they will be shared. And then, of course, we will have experience days where I will also be present with one of our professors, Professor Dick den Hertog. We will have 2 experience days, one on 5th of December. It's going to be on campus if you can join. It's going to be in Amsterdam in business school. On 6th of December, we will have an online experience day. What is an experience day? We also used to call it taster days. Well, it gives you, we organize the experience days to give you an idea how it feels like to study in this program. Okay, of course, it's impossible to convey the whole idea, but it is a demo lecture. Okay, I'll give a welcome speech, but then Professor Hartog will give you a real lecture from his course, Analytics for a Better World. Then there will be a Q&A, a real lecture, a real live interactive session. Then in the end of that experience session, you'll have a better idea, more solid idea about, this is this kind of program. Maybe it can help you in making your decision. Again, this is going to be on campus on 5th of December. If you can join in person, on 6th of December, it will be online, so you can already register. And we have our applications deadlines, which I already mentioned, not to forget. It's 1st of April for the Dutch students and EU students, and 1st of May, sorry, it's 1st of May for Dutch and EU students, and my bad, and 1st of April for non-EU students. Then, I guess we covered many topics here, and in the meanwhile, many questions might have been answered in the chat box, but now let's take some more questions. Maybe there are things that we may not have mentioned, or maybe there are some other things which you want to have some more information. Okay, let's see them. I will be here, our students will be here. We have also other colleagues, so I can take some questions, but if necessary, we can also go and ask to another colleague or one of our students. Okay, so what is the first question?
Okay, Umut, would you like me to read the questions, or are you looking in the Q&A yourself?
Yes, well, what do we prefer? You can read the question.
Yeah, shall I read the
Yeah.
question? Maybe start with one that has been asked a long time ago. Do I need to have any computer knowledge before starting this course, or is it okay to start with some basics only?
Okay, basics only, short answer. You are not supposed to know programming or coding before you start this program. This program is designed to teach you also programming or coding, okay? Of course, it helps if you enjoy, if you love computers, programming, coding, but we don't expect you to know anything in advance, okay? You are interested, you're good in mathematics, you have a good high school degree, it's fine. For the rest, we teach here,
Okay, perfect. Clear answer. And then I think you answered this a little bit already, but maybe good to tell a little bit more. How heavy is the emphasis on coding compared to the business aspect?
I wouldn't call it heavy. And the relative balance is kind of course, it's hard to quantify them, but they're nicely balanced. They're kind of equally distributed in our curriculum, okay? Because we are not a computer science bachelor, we are not a programming bachelor, but you can make sure we teach you a good level of programming and coding skills. But this is a business analytics program, so I don't want to say numbers like 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, but you can imagine a balanced curriculum where you have analytics, computer science, and business, but none of these three pillars is undervalued. So likewise, we also teach a good level of mathematics, calculus, linear algebra, optimization. Likewise, as programming, it's also a good level.
Okay, nice. So a clear balance between all the three pillars that are part of the program. Okay. Maybe nice. A question for our students. How many lectures and/or tutorials do we have per week? Can one of the students say something about that?
Yes.
Yeah, I can answer that. So it really kind of depends on the course that we're doing. For the math courses, we usually have around 4 hours of lectures and 4 hours of tutorials per week. So that's 8 hours of class in total. It doesn't seem like much. At least it didn't seem like much to me when I first moved, but there's a lot of self-study that we have to do on top of that. So yeah, you don't have as much free time as it sounds like. And then for some of the other courses, for example, with the programming courses, it's usually maybe 2 lectures and a tutorial, so a bit less. So that comes to around 6 hours. But yeah, it depends on the course, but I would say on average 6 to 8 hours per course per week, just on campus.
Okay.
Thank you, Melis.
Thank you. Perfect. I see that it's almost 4 o'clock, so I think we can do one more.
Yeah, let's do one more question.
Okay.
And then
I see here, what's the approximate percentage of first-year students who pass? Can you say something about that, Umut?
pass meaning passing to second year.
Yeah, I think that's the question.
Okay, so maybe I'm not sure whether I'm the right person to answer. I know the numbers, but let's not call it passing, okay? Because like in every program, like in every bachelor in the Netherlands or at UvA, some students switch programs. It's natural. It happens also in business analytics. It happens in econometrics. It happens in engineering, but also social sciences. Some students start, but then some of them, not the majority, relatively less number of students, but they say, okay, maybe I should study this, and then they switch. So not all students who don't show up in year 2 are not because they didn't pass. Some quit or change studies. And of course, there are some students who cannot pass, but I can tell you the pass rate from year 1 to year 2 is increasing. I think it has to do with the quality of our program, but also the quality of the admission procedure, our applicants. So in the first year, it was relatively less, more than 50%, but not like 70%. But again, this is distributed between non-passers, but also switchers. But now we have higher percentages who are able to pass year 2 and then year 3. And this is improving.
Okay, good to hear. Thank you.
Okay.
I see that for now we have no more questions in the chat. Maybe some things will come up. We will stay here a little bit longer to answer any of the remaining questions. But yeah, we've reached the end of the information session. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you all speakers for speaking today. Like I said before, you can find a recording of the session later online. And yeah, for now, I would like to wish you a great evening, and we hope to see you all in September.
Same here. I'd like to thank you all for joining today.
Definitely. Thank you.